All right, here we are on our fixed page again. This is what we just finished up. So now we're going to move on to working on our flexible page, which is the next one. I went ahead and resaved the page as I went to my link to make sure I got the right thing. So I named it flexible.html. I changed the headline on the page. So it says this content is on the flexible page. And then up in the title area, I changed it so it says flexible. So at my tab at the top of my browser window will say flexible. So I did that, and if I hit save and I go over here, I can click on it. And as you can see, nothing's really changed except the headline. And of course, up here out of the window that you can't see, it says flexible page on my tab. So there's just a few things that we need to change on this page to make it flexible. And I'm just going to put that in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add myself a note. So this is giving the wrapper a fixed width. So now I'm going to say giving the wrapper a flexible width. So what I'm going to do, instead of having a width of 960 pixels, I'm going to say 98%. And then I can change my margins as well, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And the other thing I'm going to do, so save this, is I'm going to go down here, and on my aside I have a set width as well. So right up here, so it says add a fixed number of pixels. So I'm going to change this note so it says just use a percentage. And to make the page flexible. So you can't just change the outer, the wrapper, but you need to change the aside and the main area so they'll fill the space better. So right now we have a width of 250 pixels. So we're going to change that to 23%. And then we're going to, on our padding, I'm going to go ahead and just put 2% overall. So you can do your padding in percent. Some people get right down to it, so it's just like 1.32, blah, 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 but you don't have to do that. 2% for this is good enough. And again, you can adjust, like try it out. If it doesn't look exactly the way you want, go ahead and change it. So I'm going to put this width at 69%. So between the two of them, 23 and 69, it should fit. This gives a little extra room for our padding. So, because this, you would think, well, you would need this to be 30%, but you have to allow for your padding. And then we'll change our padding here as well. So I'm going to also just make it 2% to make it easy. You can do a different amount for each area too. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So you can see the page immediately went the width of my browser window. If I make it wider, it continues to grow. So, and it adjusts as I get smaller, so it just gets a little taller. So you could probably make this a little more or less space here, but it's, it's okay for a quick change. So that's all we're doing for this flexible page right now. Again, play with your sizing and see what you think. This is when experimenting is really good, and that's why we're doing these exercises.